Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to Movie Monday and episode 2 of my Star Wars movie marathon. Today is the main trilogy. It is the GOATs of the Star Wars movie. These 3 movies, for me, are the top 3. And I think you might agree. These are fantastic movies. They're brilliant. And I'm looking forward to watching 2 of them because I just watched A New Hope just now. And that was great. I really enjoyed it. If you didn't see the previous episode where I watched Rogue One and Solo, I mentioned how I only watch every Star Wars movie once, and this marathon is the second time watching everything. So when I first watched A New Hope, I thought it was great. I only watched it once. I didn't need to watch it once, and I watched it again, and I'm no different. I think it's a fantastic movie. I like how they set it all up, and I am glad I did Rogue One first. I'm glad I did that in episode 1 because Rogue One directly ties into this movie, the start of this movie, and this movie is what happens after Rogue One. So I like how it all ties in. Although, like in Rogue One at the end, that Vader scene was amazing, but it kind of undermines a little bit Vader in these movies because he's not as like actionable as he was in Rogue One. Obviously, we got more technology now, obviously, to do that stuff, but still, like I would have liked to see more of that badassery from Rogue One in this trilogy. Would have made him a lot better. He was a great villain anyway. He was a fantastic villain. He's iconic. He's brilliant. But still, you know, I would have just liked that he had those fighting skills in the trilogy as well. But obviously, it came out a while ago. So, but still, like I felt A New Hope is a fantastic movie, and it's a 9 out of 10 for me. I give nothing a 10, just so you know. But it's a 9 out of 10 movie. I love it. I'm looking forward now to seeing the GOATs. I think most Star Wars fans agree that Empire Strikes Back is the best. Almost forgot to mention the duel between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think the prequels add to that. The final prequel, when they have this massive standoff before he becomes Vader. I think that prequel adds to this movie, adds to that particular scene as well, which is kind of good. An emotional scene as well. I do like how it's all put together. It's fantastic. But yeah, I'm just saying, like the Revenge of the Sith, the duel between them. I think that particular scene adds to the scene that they had where Darth kills Obi-Wan. So yeah, on to Empire Strikes Back. Let's do this. I am your father. Empire Strikes Back is so damn good, man. It was so good to rewatch. I could after the saga is all over, I'm going to rewatch this one a few more times for sure. Just a trilogy in general, really. The ones I like the most, by the way, are the main trilogy, Revenge of the Sith, and Force Awakens. I do still love Force Awakens. I know a lot of people don't like it now because The Last Jedi kind of ruins it, and I get that. But still, on its own, I think Force Awakens still works for me. I love that movie as well. So like, the main trilogy, Revenge of the Sith, and Force Awakens, those are the best ones for me. Those are my favourite ones to watch. I've seen them all once, which is kind of funny, but I reckon those are the ones I rewatched the most after the saga's over, definitely, for sure. But yeah, Empire Strikes Back is great. There's not much to dislike about it, really. There's always a few issues, like no movie's perfect. Every movie can find something that's not good about it, but Empire Strikes Back, for the most part, it gets almost everything right. And it's great to see Lando as well. Again, it ties into Solo, that watching the first episode of this marathon. But yeah, I love everything about it. I love also you get to see Boba Fett as well. I kind of wish, like, there was a rumor about the Boba Fett movie that was in the works, but now it's been cancelled or whatever. I would have loved to see a movie about Boba Fett. I think if we got a movie about him instead of Solo, it would have worked out better for sure. Solo, I don't think was worth doing a movie on. He's a cool character, sure, but they should have done something like Boba Fett or something on Vader or something else. Solo just wasn't as interesting. Plus, it came out after Last Jedi anyway, so that kind of ruined it as well. But still, yeah, Empire Strikes Back, fantastic movie. And yeah, it's just great to watch in general. And great to see Yoda as well. Yoda comes in this movie. The CGI looks a little bit like, obviously it's from back then, so like it doesn't look anywhere near as good as it does now. But still, for its time, he still looks alright, you know. But Obi-Wan was there as well. It was good to see everyone there, and this will always be an iconic movie, that's for sure. So next up, Return of the Jedi. Let's do this. Okay, so I just watched the last movie of this episode, Return of the Jedi, and I love it. I didn't give a rating, by the way, Empire Strikes Back. Okay, so I gave the first one, I gave A New Hope a 9. Empire Strikes Back is a 9.5, and this one is an 8.7. This one's really good as well, in my opinion. Just not as good as the other two, but still really good. I think it's a great ending. I think they closed the trilogy really well, and they could have just ended it there. To be honest, they should have just. They probably should have been. They would have been better off to just keep making prequels. You know, I think the way this trilogy ended was probably perfect. It didn't need sequels. I can understand why they did sequels though. Like, I would have done it if I was in charge. If I would have for sure planned sequels. But still, like, this trilogy did give a nice ending. You know, it's all we needed, really. This trilogy is all we need, realistically. We don't need the rest. But still, I feel like we might have been better off if we just got prequels afterwards. Possibly. By the way, at the end you see Anakin's Force Ghost. So I'm guessing that they did edit it, right? I remember they re-edited parts of the old movies. So I'm pretty sure they put the actor in later on, like years later after the prequels, I think. I assume so anyway. They did that, right? Unless I'm wrong and it sounds stupid. Anyway, but yeah, Return of the Jedi. What I like most about it is the redemption storyline. So how Luke's trying to redeem his father, trying to redeem Anakin, and I think that's a good storyline to do with the Sith involved as well, and the way it ends as well when Darth finally turns on the Sith, turns on Palpatine and throws him over. I think that's great in the end. I do like a redemption storyline, even though, you know, Anakin's done. I mean, he murdered children in the prequels, so, you know, he's pretty evil, so you can't exactly forget that. But I guess in the end, he managed to turn on Palpatine, and he managed to see Luke before he died as well. So yeah, that was all good. For me, how it worked out, it was all fine. And I think they're trying to do that again with Rey and Kylo. Like, she was trying to redeem him in The Last Jedi, and I assume she's going to keep trying in this movie as well. I hope that works out, because at the moment they're not particularly doing that well, are they, with the sequels? I don't even hate them. I don't hate them, but you know, when as many people as hated Last Jedi as they did, I didn't even say that right. When that many people hated Last Jedi, you know there's a problem. I don't even hate it, but when that many people hate it, when it's a vocal amount of people, there's clearly you've done something wrong there. So I really hope it ends well, because it is Star Wars. It's a big franchise. It deserves a good ending, and I hope Episode 9 is a good ending. And I hope whatever else they do is either a prequel or just a spin-off, because then we'd be better off. I heard they were doing Knights of the Old Republic. That would be a nice trilogy to do. I don't know, but I think in terms of sequels, they should just stop until they do it again, like, you know, 20 years. They're gonna do it again, guaranteed. Like, I mean, it's Disney. They want to make money. But yeah, another thing, I find it quite funny in the whole trilogy, the way Han acted towards Leia, because he really fancied her, and he kept getting jealous of Luke and her. It's kind of convenient for him that they turn out to be siblings anyway, Luke and Leia. But the way he acted so jealous, and the way when he found out that Luke was her brother, his reaction was crazy. He was hilarious. So I like that from Harrison Ford. Fantastic acting, of course, from everyone all around. Great cast, and they put together some fantastic fantasy worlds. And yeah, just thank you, George Lucas, for bringing this franchise in, because it's just a fantastic franchise. There's a lot of things to love about it, and this trilogy is the best part of it. The original 3 movies. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the prequels, although mainly the third one. The first 2 I don't think are good movies, but I'll watch them, but I think I will enjoy the sequels more than the prequels, 100%. But yeah, next week, prequels. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.